Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chat with Charles. We got our guest here, GearJunkie35. Jason, how are you doing this morning?
I am excellent, Dr. Fabric Top. Hello, audio miscreants. Good to see you. Now on the replay, how you doing? Hope it's a great day for you.
There you go. There you go. We it has been a little bit of morning. We had some technical difficulties, but we got them all ironed out, and we are ready to have a good time.
You know, you don't take the skills out and polish them, keep them sharp. Yeah. Yeah. I was looking through my YouTube analytics the other day. I was like, it's been 3 years since I've done anything. Okay. Shame for shame. It's not.
Like and you're used to like doing stuff all the time. I mean, you're always that guy that's been, experimenting with all the sounds.
I wanted to, and then I ran into 37 steps ahead of me problems that I hadn't gotten to yet, and cock blocked myself and gave up. Realized I didn't have the skill set that I needed or the wherewithal to do what I wanted to do. So I just needed to do a little backtracking and fill in the skill sets first.
There you go. Well, I want to thank you for being with us today. It's always a good time when we get a chance to talk, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for having me back. I really appreciate you guys keeping me active in the gear community. You, Ben, and the community have been 100% vital to my sanity over the last couple of years. I know I speak for a lot of people that found a lot of friends and a home within the gear community with COVID. A lot of people got sent to work from home and got to deep dive into their passions and obsessions while they worked. And everybody's, I can rattle off 30, 40 names that I see in the chats all the time that I wouldn't have known previously. It's great to have a community. It's great to know that there are other people out there that, like Phil says, this is all I think about. This is all I talk about. It's great to have, a community of like-minded people that, because the wife's like, shut up, don't want to hear it. I think you all relate to that, Oh, someone's got a new guitar. Did you see it? Do we really
need another one?
We don't care. We do. It's great to have such a giving, caring, awesome, like-minded, non-judgmental, non-bullshit community to be a part of, where everybody's ready to lift everybody else up and support everybody and non-judgmental. And in this day and age, it's a great community to be a part of. Glad to be here. Thanks so much for having me back.
I really appreciate you saying that, but I want you to know you're just as vital a member of all that for us as well.
I appreciate that. I live in two worlds. Part of me is the content creator that creates nothing. I'm going live daily. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm editing that. I'm not, thinking about it, but I'm not doing it. But then the other part of me is, the consumer. I get every penny of my $15 a month in YouTube premium worth. I don't watch TV. I don't. I've got a couple streaming services, but YouTube is my preferred network of choice. It's where I get to choose the people I hang out with, the people I see that I interact with. Not that I want to create my own echo chamber, but this is a toxicity-free zone. And man, we all need more of that these days. It's just...
It is something about this corner of the community where you can come and relax and have a good time and kind of let go a little bit, and people take you for who you are.
Yeah. It's everybody's got flaws. Everybody's got obsessions. Everybody's got outside hobbies and obsessions that don't have anything to do with guitar, and it's a great place for them to all intersect because it's a no bullshit zone here.
Yeah.
I mean, having seen the birth, you and I have. We remember print.
Yes.
We remember Walter Cronkite. We remember Dan Rather. We remember Peter Jennings. Miss you, Peter. Miss you, Alex Trebek. We miss things of our childhood that were representatives of truth, no spin, and no bullshit.
Right, for sure.
That network's phrase, because them to say that is pretty ironic. But we saw social media rise up and turn everybody against each other. We remember we grew up when it was community. We were the fucking village. Excuse my language. It takes a village. We were the village. Now it's everybody throwing stones at everybody.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about this corner of YouTube that we found. It's not like that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And the people that do choose to reveal that side of themselves, exiled, bye-bye. You know, people just don't associate with them. They're not welcome. You know, you're on that negative shit. Get out of here.
That's right. Isn't the place for it. Well, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Earl Colai, who was first in, saying, good morning, friends. Looking forward to listening in on the conversation with Charles and GearJunkie35. And yeah, he's still loving the haircut. And he wants to know what the latest on the Velvet Elvis project is. And so we're looking for a Velvet Elvis to make a sacrifice here. You know, the really the interesting thing about that is once I find one, I have to do it, right? Yes, I want to say hello to Cushman NYC, saying what's up, everybody. We got Herb of Fireside Studios saying hello, fellas. And Herb, I want to thank you for sharing the show this morning. Didn't get a chance to comment back on it, but I did appreciate it. We got Paul McNary. He's saying hello to everyone. And he's got some projects on his bench. I know because he was asking me about the clear I was using. So I'm excited to hear what he's got going on. We got Zach Thong saying, hey, Charles and GearJunkie35. Morning, hello. Zach. We got Patrick Trites saying, good day. Hey, Charles and GearJunkie35 and fellow guitar geeks.
I'm surfing.
We got Terry and all the G's saying, good morning, noon to all.
Steve
and we got Dastardly Dave, one of the nicest guys on YouTube. Name's a little bit of a misnomer there. Great guy. We got Searching for Tone. Brian saying good afternoon, everyone. Well, good afternoon to you, Brian. Hope you're doing well. All the way from Germany, we got Jaws Tanberg saying Guten Tag.
Hello.
And let's see. We got brother Ed saying hi, Charles, and GearJunkie35, and Earl and Kush, and Herb, Paul, Zach. He's saying hello to everybody in the chat all at the same time. Well, hello there, Ed. We got Steve Reeser saying hello to everybody. Let's see. Jimmy Biders made his way in with a good morning and 3 devil's horns. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Love the devil's horns. What's up?
And we got Martian Marie saying good morning, y'all. Well, good morning to you, Martian. Appreciate you. And we're Dan, we're Cushman NYC. Dan Gorman is not far behind. Hello, Dan. Welcome in. We got brother Ben Coon, speak of the devil here. He's saying hello to Charles and Jason. Appreciate you.
Good morning, brother Ben.
We got Wayne McConnell saying hello to you, Jason.
Hello, Wayne. Hello. Good morning. Hope it's going to be a great day for you out there.
Yeah, that's right. We got JP Page 2 saying hi, peeps. Well, hello there. Jim, I hope you're doing well.
Sorry for the wandering mic show here. I cannot find ye old goddamn adapter.
See, that's what happens when you walk away for a while.
Yeah, one of those things. You know, I've got 106 of these little things. 30 are over here, 20 are over here, 17 are in the toolbox. I can never find the one I need when I need it. That's all part of the ED journey, though.
I gotta love Josh. He is saying, hey, I'll say it's up to all. I gotta hop in the Galaxy and go snag some pizza before the line gets long. I'll be listening.
Oh, yeah,
over in Germany with his Galaxy, man. That's just awesome. Love it.
Nice. I'd love to get to Germany someday. I'm part German.
Some of the best 4 years of my life spent over there.
Nice.
Guitar Man 45 saying hello to Charles and Jason. Well, hello there, Bo.
Good morning.
We got Blackjack Guitar saying hello to Charles and Jason. Chatsters and cheers.
And for those that don't know, 7 Brew makes a damn good alternative to Starbucks and about $3 less per cup.
Sounds about right.
My homebrew just wasn't cutting it this morning. I got about halfway down my first couple of cups. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start the car.
There you go. Eddie Faye is saying hello to everybody in the chat. Hello there, Eddie. Glad to have you in. Brother Sean Hockey saying hello to everybody. Hey, Sean, hope you're doing well. Love to hear from you soon. We got Hit Metalworks proving that the west coast of Canada is alive and kicking this morning. Good morning, Brother Ken. Let's see. And Brother Trev.
got
Also up on the west coast of Canada this morning, saying thumbs up, going back to bed. Catch you later. All right, well, guess maybe I spoke too soon.
over at 8:30 Central this morning and saw snow. I'm like, it was 62 degrees yesterday. I stood in the garage, side garage door, just like basking in the sun, like, it's beautiful out. Wake up to snow. Come on, Wisconsin. The hell.
That's a scroll. That's a scroll.
It is. It is. Give me a nice teaser like that and then take it away. Come on, Lucy. Yeah. Kick the football.
Welcome in, Laz. He's saying, what's up, everybody? Appreciate you.
Hello, Laz.
We got Steve Cassidy Guitar, who's in the house with us. Well, hello there, Steve. Glad hope things are going well for you on the other side of the pond there. Time surfing Alien has made his way in. Good morning to you. Brother John DeShane saying yo.
It's driving me nuts. I know I've got the adapter for this upstairs on my dresser. I had my pocket. I found one laying around the other day. I'm like, we don't need it. Just in case.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, it's literally 7 feet above me. Down to the basement. It's right there.
Oh my.
That's all right. Best laid plan for mice and men.
You know, you gotta love it. You get a talent for putting things exactly where you know you're gonna find them.
In a place that I wouldn't have expected them to be. Yeah.
Here you go. Good morning, Keith H.
Hey, what's up?
And brother Ryan Hall, everyone's favorite music and law. Good morning to you. Let's see. Wow, BC Rich 581. They keep coming in.
Hello and safe to everybody who was affected by the storms out there. There's been some crazy shit going on with weather. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those crazy springs where it's like, oh God, telethon after telethon after fundraiser after fundraiser. Not gonna let it hope.
It very well might be, but it looks like we've got everyone in at this point. We've gone ahead and recovered the chat. So, Jason, it's time to talk some stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna post something under a new channel just because I felt like time for a fresh start, but here's as good a place as any to address it. On December 30th, I had some chest pains, and typical stoic, stupid ass guy. After about 2 hours, the pains went away, and I didn't do anything about it. Well, turns out I had a 95% blockage in one of my arteries. Last Monday, I had a stent put in, and the doctor told me that I dodged a hell of a bullet because I had what they call the ticking time bomb. He said, you could have bent down to tie your shoes, and that clot would have popped loose and hit your brain, and you would have been right there dead on the spot. So I'm thankful to the medical professionals that caught this and helped me correct this. I would like to recommend everybody out there, go see your damn doctor. I know we don't like to go to the doctor. We just don't, hey, we're fine until we go to the doctor. We're healthy till we go see that guy. Then he tells us
he always finds something.
Yeah. These guys are trained to look for it, Yeah, it's I don't know if it's just me being silly and stoic, trying to still think I'm, invincible, but fact is I damn near died. And it scared the shit out of me in retrospect. And I'm incredibly thankful on a daily basis to be here. This reaffirms my mission in life. I've never been one to lean into religion. I was raised down south in a Baptist community on a tobacco farm in the middle of nowhere. And religion was shoved in my face, and I had a very bad aftertaste from it. Nothing like that, you perverts. But just Baptist was very hell and fire, brimstone, going to hell, just very Old Testament. So the universe, when you're ready, will show you through a bitch slap, a subtle nod, or a happenstance thing that just happens that leads you in a direction that you didn't know you were going. The universe will let you know what you're supposed to do. I've spent the last 25 years rotting away in retail and customer service. Last 7 years in mortgage servicing, doing data entry and managing a team of people that do data entry and shop Amazon 6 out of 8 hours a day and have the mouse jiggler. Just a guess. I've known since I was about 7 years old that I'm meant for something else. It hit me one day like, the expression, hit you like a ton of bricks. It's like one of those things that stops you in your tracks, a universal realization that wasn't there a second before. You're here for something greater than this. It wasn't a voice. It was just a truth that I knew at that time that I didn't know how to implement, but was as true as the sun is yellow and grass is green. The end. I was meant for something more. Moving to Kenosha has been the impetus of putting all the pieces together of what I'm here to do. Part community center, part education, part physical rehabilitation, part criminal rehabilitation, part working with veterans, working with the homeless, working with the down and out who just need something to do. Because having something to do to focus your passion and be able to tell your story keeps you out of so much trouble. We all know how important all that is. I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to starting with Kenosha, helping the people around me with a community center and a building that's going to be part community center, part education center, part retail, because charities.
Yeah, we lost your camera.
Yeah, because charities do need some sort of funding coming in. And yeah, oh, come on now.
You're good now.
Oh, okay. It's just the delay. All right. Yeah, long story short, the last week or so going through this procedure and realizing how close I was to death has reaffirmed that, yeah, these little puzzle pieces that you put together of this is what you're supposed to do. This is your entire life, everything you've suffered through, everything you've been through. None of it's been about you.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one of those stop you in the tracks moments. Oh, none of this has been about me. It's what I can do to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
I can't clean up all the mess, but I'm going to clean up as much as I can. Having hobbies and the framework of those hobbies being, whether it's people on YouTube, whether it's people on Facebook, people of shared interests and passions, having a knowledge base and a community that you can draw on to share those passions in a healthy way can be transformative and life-changing. And I want to be the person that puts the finger in the water to create those waves.
Mm-hmm.
Ripples become waves, and somebody's got to do it. And now that I know what I'm here to do, get out of my way.
There you go. Well, going in at Eddie in that vein, Eddie Faye's got a question. He says, "Do you think that purpose for you existed 30 years ago, or do you think it's a timing part of this? At this time, it's your next purpose."
It was always there. I am recently a believer of we write the story, we pick this shit. We pick what we go through before we come down. I'm not going to try to justify it or explain it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I totally understand. But I know with every cell in my body, I have goosebumps even thinking about this. I know that I chose every horrible thing that I've been through, every horrible thing that I've done to other people. It's all about empathy, seeing it from the other side, learning what not to do, learning how to be a better person, how to avoid it, how to help, and just be a better person. And having spent 49 years pissed off about the first 49 years, all that energy that was anger is now forgiveness, thankfulness, hope for the future. Not hope. No. Hope leaves too much open. I'm ready for the future.
I can agree with you on a lot of that, especially because we do choose our path. We choose where we're going to go. Everything is a decision. And the one thing that I think a lot of people fail to realize is no matter which path that you take, there are going to be highs and lows, goods and bads.
Yeah.
And really, it's how do you apply yourself to that journey?
Everything we go through is a lesson. I spent so much time looking at every little thing that happened to me as, oh, boo-hoo. Oh, wait. One day I was just, you little bitch. Stop it. You literally, there's two sides of the fucking coin.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of it. What's the lesson? Deconstruct the other side. What are the lessons? Focus on that. Absorb the lessons. Absorb that into the code of how to be a better human being. Because if we can't be better, we're just going to come back and be stuck here to repeat same shit over and over again. Those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. There's a reason that expression's been around for centuries now. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And history shows that civilization goes through 80-year cycles. That's a whole other YouTube rabbit hole. You can look up 80-year civilization cycles, just that term alone. We're in the middle of one right now. Things are going down the shitter, and I'm not going down the shitter. I got too much to do. I spent too much.
And that's the thing. We all have work to do and things to do, and
yeah.
So now that you've been through, this internal struggle, and you've kind of figured some stuff out, and now you're on your on the way to taking better care of your health. And I know where you're coming from on that, because my mother's been after me, my wife has been after me, and I was like, oh, they're just nagging her, and then I was like, wait a minute. I had this realization one day, and I'm sitting around and like, give it a rest already, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. In one day I just had this realization. Oh, they want me around longer.
Yeah.
It's not about nagging me. It's about, hey, dummy, take care of yourself so you'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you can't push those waves of good out into the world to counteract what's already out there if we're not here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Eddie Faze, he said he'd be happy to be doomed to repeat amazing guitar playing, but he hasn't arrived here yet.
I'd be to one day of good guitar playing. Shit. I get seconds of really good stuff. I'm like, oh, can I just clone that?
Yeah. And Bo says, I hope not. I say, hope not. I have a venue that I must open and the show must go on. So,
yeah.
I
mean, I've got this vision of like, this 100-year-old factory that, it's retail space in front. Beyond that is the recording studios. Beyond that is the podcast area. Then there's the video editing area. Then there's the animal rescue. Then there's the classrooms.
We need to unpack all this. We need to roll this out. All right. So, So like I said, you've got this all, you kind of, you've pulled yourself together here, and you've got a newfound energy and a newfound way of thinking and approaching things. So where are the places that you want to go now? What is it that you want to do?
Entrepreneur. I am heavily shifted my mindset from, instead of looking just at the desk that I'm being paid to work at, I want to own the desk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is. It's a shift in mindset since I stopped being so negative all the time. And I don't want to make it seem like, the light switch is on and it's all light and there's no darkness anymore. I mean, no, it's a day by day, hour by hour struggle. Right. But I know there are two paths you can go by in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the wrong one. Everything I look at now, I try to maintain. What can that be? I see an empty building. I'm like, oh, that could be a duplex. It could be a retail, apartments on the top. I'm just looking at how to transform things. I mean, it's a complete mindset change beyond internal. It's now that I see that everything is an opportunity. I'm getting real metaphysical here, but everything is energy, everything is an illusion, and what we have is what we create. What we think and feel and do is what is. All that, the secret and all that stuff. I'm starting to tap into and get out of my head and just, oh, this is what needs to be. This is what is to be.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I would like to do. This is, what I think. No, this is what will be. And I'm gone. I'm hoping someday I can reconnect with my daughter. I'm hoping to leave it to her.
Nice.
I mean, I'm only going to be around for so long. I'm 50 now. I figure if I can build something up over the next 25 years, and by 20, if the Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee, Chicago experiment is successful, I would 100% want to branch this out into all the major cities. I want to work with Goodwill for a lot of the lower end garbage equipment that, and I say garbage equipment in terms of today's ultra modern, super mega high tech, $5,000 devices, the $30 guitar you buy on Goodwill that just needs, we've all seen 100 videos. It needs a little fret work, tweak the neck, tweak the bridge, put an hour into it. It fucking plays like butter,
Right.
Goodwill's got 1,000 of those, just like old DSLRs, old Canon STs or XTIs, XTs, before they had the live view on the back.
Right.
Teach them how to use the camera right. That way, when you get them a new modern camera, they know what to do. They know how to use it. There's no learning curve. They could just go right into the additional features with the menus that they already are aware of. It's an ecosystem that they're familiar with. And Goodwill could use the good publicity, and they've got a bazillion of these things sitting in their warehouses. And there's one 45 minutes down the road from me, one of their major retail outlet areas. I'm going to try to have them pull from a couple warehouses, send it to there. I'll pick it up and just clean it up, test them, and put them in the classrooms.
There you go.
It's just sponsored by Goodwill and Blue Haze Productions. Blue Haze Productions, patent pending, trademark, is going to be my LLC that does all the video productions. I mean, it's Cody Sanchez has the thing of she's an entrepreneur that used to work in private equity and is a bazillionaire now on her own with what she learned there. She's huge into preaching buying laundromats. Well, then buy the supply chain that does everything around it. Buy the trucks, buy the delivery that works with the companies. You own the company that makes the soaps and whatever you need that run your company. You buy that company so that way you're buying and selling from yourself and making money on yourself. Mm-hmm. Create your own complete ecosystem. And this could be the UCast store. You want everything you need, your stands, green screens, lights, cameras, lenses, anything you want to be to become a podcaster or YouTuber, Instagram, whatever you want to be for social media, you can learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. Buy the equipment and then rent the spaces in the back. Oh, you don't know how to edit? That's fine. I got a guy that'll do that for you. Actually, it'll be AI, but whatever. And there's just so many ways to pivot and turn the things that have kept me sane into a way to give back and educate and help lift people up. It's part selfish. It's part, do something for the community, and nobody ever, has to work. It's a win-win-win for everybody all the way around. And since last Monday, getting that procedure there, another little light switch in the back of my head flipped on. Like, hey, you hear that clock ticking?
Yeah.
Now you hear a little bit louder, don't you? Yep, sure do.
Yeah, I got to do something about it.
Yeah, it's time to get off my ass and instead of wanting to make the world a better place, just fucking do it.
All right. I like this idea. So
it's hard.
So you've talked about you kind of alluded to a number of things. You've talked about the recording studio. You've talked about the video, and you've talked a little bit about gear. So for those of us that know you a little bit and the things you've done before, how are those things? How are you planning to have those things intersect?
There's not a whole lot of intersection, honestly. Most of what I want to do moving forward is going to be a complete pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's the ultimate goal is to have 4 or 5 different channels. I want to have one where there's kind of like, the ambient background music, kind of like Nemo's Dreamscapes. If anybody watches that channel, he's got these cool like AI, like 1930s, 40s, like an old picture, and he puts mild animation on it, like an old train car from the 30s with old big band jazz music or something playing in the background. Just like work related stuff you can put on, or like birds or nature, just something chill. I want to have a chill channel. I want to have let's talk about the emotional shit channel. I want to have a gear channel, and then I want to do a GNN, Gear News Nightly, or Gear News Network.
All right.
Obviously going to be a take on CNN. I'm going to change it just enough, but yeah, with green screen, and I've still got my suits from when I used to work in the office and stuff. So it's like, of course I was 300 pounds then. I'm 240 now, so I should probably get a new suit. But yeah, I want to do like a fake newscaster. Hey, we got the Charles 75N's got the Freedom Caster Part 17. We've got Ian's Guitar Shack's coming out with something. We've got this show coming out with something. Like a preview guide. Kind of a little 5-minute. Hey, here's what's coming up this week in gear reviews. And have like another one like the preview guide, like the old school preview guide on cable. Just have that one 24/7. Anybody wants to get your show advertised? Hey, just hit me up. Easy as that. It's just a bunch of little things I want to do to get more involved in the community, the gear community, my local community. I want to become a social media manager to help struggling businesses in the area here. Yeah. A couple $100, I'll make your Instagram and your Facebook ads, your social media posts, and you keep 2, 3, 4, 5 posts a week, depending on what you want to pay for. Because I've been doing some research on that. I mean, that is a whole 50 to 100,000 year job. I like the Kenosha area. There's a lot of pride here, but not a lot of money. There's a lot of stories here, and I just want to give Kenosha a place to go to be able to tell their stories and feel good about themselves. And I don't know. It's just so hard to describe like what I want to do, because there's so many things I want to do. All the little ideas and things. I'd like to do this someday. I spend 2-3 hours a day learning cinematography stuff, lighting and the angles, and we got to have a 2200 2200K white over on this side. Then you got to hit the 5600K yellow on this side to get that particular look. Then you got to color grade it like this. It's like, oh my God, you can't just press record. There's it's layers within layers within layers.
Yeah, the lighting's got to be right. The angle's got to be right. Yeah.
Lighting is a whole rabbit hole by itself. Yeah. There's so much to putting together what could be a 5-minute really cool video. People, wouldn't really think that much about, like, damn, that was a lot of cuts. That was a lot of different angles. That was really cinematic. That was really good. You see something cool, your brain registers it as, that's kind of cinematic, but you don't think about the work that goes into it. I've been doing a deep dive on like how, what the production side of hitting record on the camera is. It's, oh my gosh, there's like 5 times the amount of work sitting in front of the keyboard that there is. People have teams for this stuff. It's like, I'm just dude in my basement.
That's a funny thing, because I just recently got some lights for when I'm working out in the garage at night, because I've been fighting with the light in there, right? And so I got some of those the photography lights that you sit here, you put up, and that is a whole nother ball of wax and rabbit hole of looking at how do you get these arranged and this and that. And I have a TV that I watch my overhead cam on, because it's the big part of the videos that I do. Yeah. And I realized after editing my last video, what I'm seeing on the screen on the TV isn't exactly what I'm seeing when I go to the video. It's, so I've got to adjust some things on the TV for, how it's appearing.
Yeah.
Right. So you think that something I know I monkeyed around for like an hour and a half with a light before I shot a 30-second thing, and only to find out that there wasn't as much glare coming off this thing as I thought there was. It's like,
oh my God.
Ah.
I
probably would have just been fine after the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. The analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Honestly, that has been getting diagnosed with ADD was a blessing, sort of. It at least gave me something to pin it on, but it doesn't help deal with the issues that come with ADD. Analysis paralysis is a very real problem. It is probably my biggest impediment to. I mean, it could be as easy as hit record,
mic
in front of the speaker, mic over here, and just pick a pedal. But no, 3 years since I went live. Obviously, I'm not doing that. Analysis paralysis and, imposter syndrome and wanting to change the world. And there's 17 million things to do, but I can't get to step one.
Yeah. And you got to start. You got to start.
Yeah. I guess laying under the thing in the pre-op area. Okay. We're going to shave you now. I'm like, I hadn't even thought of that. I'm literally surrounded by people. I'm just like, oh, it just got chilly in here. I was in the pool. That was shrinkage. Yeah, I'm getting shaved down. I'm surrounded by people. I'm just like, this is one of those moments you will never forget. This will be etched in your brain forever. What are you going to do about this? You ever going to be here again? No. And if you are, you're going to have the money and be in a position to be able to see much better doctors so that you don't have to feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm sure I would. But, it was just one of those things like, all right, dickhead, stop it. Get out of your head. Move on and do what you need to do. Because here we are. As if this ain't a wake-up call. Don't know what it is.
Well, you sit there and having listened, you kind of go through all that. I'm going back to that, the whole the CNN kind of gear thing, right? And I'm thinking that is something this community would definitely dig.
I would even do like a Wolf Blitzer style Sunday morning wrap up of everything from the previous week, like a 20-minute show of, 2 minutes on this, 2 minutes on that, 2 minutes on that, And this week we had JHS came out with a new pedal and, all these channels did a review and, it's like if five channels do a review on the same pedal, like the new LPD pedal. God, RJ's playing is so good. Jesus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's stupid. Him, Greg Kosis, and there's one, Peter Barcelli. It's just a couple guys where it's just like, man, they could play a $99 Squire through a DS1 and it sounds like, oh, God, wow. Sometimes the tone is in the hands. Sometimes it's in the gut. It's 1 in a million players, but those guys got it. But if there's like 5 reviews on the same pedal, 30 seconds of each guy, just everybody gets a highlight. Everybody gets, I don't know. I just want to create something for the community, a way of, hey, in case you missed it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is just such an awesome community. And I really, it's hard for me to put into words. Honestly, I feel kind of weird with this being such a new landscape of friendships on a worldwide electronic platform such as the gear space here on YouTube. I mean, I've said it before, this is the first in humanity. Never have we been able to hang out with people from anywhere in the world like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be able to give something a little bit back. You know, I don't know what I can do to give back to the gear community, but other than a little bit of promotion. You know, hey, here's what's coming up this week. Here's what happened last week. I just, I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. You know, it's YouTube is the new TV. We grew up
for a lot of folks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, if we can have a TV station, what would we do? Well, we do have fucking TV stations now. It's in our phone. It's in our pockets. We walk around with a goddamn TV station in our pocket now. And I don't think 90% of people realize just how powerful and impactful that can be. I mean, it's fun. It's great to be able to, you know, to have the community.
Mm-hmm.
I just see an untapped, man, collectively, we could, everybody just a little bit. Man, the good we could do. I mean, goosebumps. I get goosebumps when I think about the amount of people's lives that could be impacted by, you know, every 30 people sends in an old beat up guitar. Every 30 people sends in an old DSLR, you know, an old Kodak 720p, something, just something to put in the hands of somebody who doesn't have, because these are all tools to help people learn how to tell their stories and adapt to what's going on right now.
Well, I just want to take a moment to draw some attention to the things going on in chat here. And, you know, adding some things to what you're saying. Arfa saying in the chat hang, you know, the chat hang is part of the charm of doing it all and bringing us together for sure. Ben's making a point that you're already giving back and appreciated that way.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And just one of my favorites. Back in the day, I had to climb the roof to move the antenna to get a good channel.
100%. I literally just pictured climbing up the rickety fucking ladder on the side of the trailer and turning the antenna a little bit more towards Raleigh-Durham.
Yeah.
Because we could pick up the DC stations, the Richmond stations, or the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina stations. And come 4 o'clock, oh, it was Sanford and Son. I needed to see my Sanford and Son. When I was a kid. Sanford and Son and Andy Griffith. But Red Fox, oh my God. Oh. Couldn't help but think of Red Fox, who died on the set of his show. Had a heart attack, and everybody just thought he was.
Like, well, you know, it made sense that everybody thought it because it was part of the shtick, right?
Yeah. It's kind of ironic. I mean, it's almost funny. Almost. I mean, I'll bet he laughed when he got to the other. Son of a bitch. Okay, you got me. That was funny. All right, here I come.
For sure. Well, you know, I've always known you as the guy that is experimenting with sound in trying new stuff. And so I've just kind of been curious since the last time we talked if you've got any of those experiments going and if you're discovering some new things.
Stacking reverbs is fun. I mean, I haven't really done too much gear wise lately other than some more collecting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, compulsive buying, you know.
Well, you know, this is the place to talk about collecting and compulsive buying. It's, you know, you're in the right community.
Yeah, a couple months ago, there was on KEH, they had, it was either KEH or MPB, which are both photographic equipment websites. They had a 5D Mark II for $180, which great deal for a 5D Mark II. This is their first 1080p full frame. They actually shot an episode of House with it. They couldn't get into the location. They were filming with the big cameras, so they used 5D Mark IIs. That's why, but still, I mean, it's a good, really good camera. I already have one. Why did I buy it? Oh, $180. Damn, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
That was the criteria. I'm trying to real hard. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah. Now I see the chat here. I am a sucker for a good deal. That's why I have so many Sigma lenses. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to do a live unboxing here.
Oh, sure. Why not?
There's probably only 2 people here that are into cameras the way I am, but Sigma lenses are typically known for being clinically good, but rather flat, meaning they don't really give you that 3D separation between your background and your subject. So they don't pop. They don't make you go, oh, damn. You know, there's no real wow factor to it.
Right.
They are clinically good. And I've got probably more of them than outside of Canon EF lenses. I probably have more Sigma lenses than any other third-party manufacturer because they are so plentiful. And when KEH or MPB sells one in ugly or bargain condition, I oftentimes, 95% of the time, have gone, where's the ugly? Oh, it's heavily used.
While you're doing that, Ben says he ordered a pedal Friday night and it'll be raising some funds to pay for it tonight, assuming he gets his power back.
Oh, yeah, power helps.
For sure.
All right. So this is, geez, I'm over here looking at another Sigma I just got in the mail a couple days ago. 30 mil 1.4. Woo! Paid $40 for it. It's like a $300 lens. 30 mil prime. Goes down to f1.4. Super mega blurry background. I mean, just stupid blurry.
Wow.
$40 because it said the aperture doesn't go past 5.6. I put it on my cameras. Yeah, it does. The aperture works just fine. $40, I got a $300 lens. Love Sigmas. Anyway.
Oh, the power's back on, by the way, at Matt's house.
Awesome. Yeah,
but no internet.
And there are plenty of times where power goes out and you got to buy all new food. That sucks. You got to throw away everything in the freezer. That's the most frustrating part. It's not being cold or, you know, anything's going to need to be reset electronically. It's, I'm going to spend $300 on food now. God damn it. All right. Sigma 28 millimeter 1.8 EX, meaning expensive. That's pretty good. It's got the push pull to go manual. Super fat aperture.
Oh, your camera cut out again, bud.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, God damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. It's a lens. It looks like all the other lenses. It's pretty. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a good prime lens.
I am all about using older stuff in a new way.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're repurposing it. For example, the camera that I do my overhead shots with is a Logitech 1080p conference cam. You know, and it's got a remote and you can go, you can zoom and you can turn it and everything else. But I put it on a tripod and I'm shooting down with it to get my overhead shots. And so I recently I just got one yesterday, delivered another one because it's like, I like this thing. I want to have a backup. But it's all about using that stuff in a way it hasn't been used before and giving it new life instead of just throwing it into the trash bin,
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent for older tech that's still perfectly viable, perfectly serviceable. If it works, why does it need to become landfill? It's wasteful on 107 levels. I mean, right now I'm talking into Behringer XM 1800 that I got 3-pack used for $20. Into an Alesis Multimix 8 USB, $40 used. Going into an HP all-in-one used. Camera used, lens used, monitors used. I mean, outside of a couple lens adapters, some LED lights, and stuff that the trinkets, the baubles, the odds and ends. There's so much that's still viable from stuff that was made yesterday. Why are you going to go something new tomorrow just because it's not the newest? No, you can upgrade it, for God's sakes. I've got an old Dell Optiplex 990 coming in the mail. Any computer geeks out there probably just stood up a little bit. Those Optiplexes are great for you throw a couple bucks at them and they'll last another 10 years. Yeah, it's got the i5. It's got 4 gigs of RAM. It's got 4 PCI ports. Yeah, it's I've got 32 gigs of RAM already. I've got an SSD set aside for it. All I need is a GTX 1050 or 1040. No need to go to 1060 because I'm not processing 4K. I'm finally going to start doing the video editing. I'm building an older computer for video editing.
Wow. Yeah.
Using graphics card and 32 gigs of RAM. I might upgrade the processor to an i7 for like $30. I mean, computers are so easy to take apart and fix. It's a board, RAM, CPU. I mean, it's modular. Click, click, click. A couple pieces, takes apart. Puts.
Yeah, they are for to a certain degree, and then there's a point at which they can't go farther. But
yeah,
taking as far as you can, use the snot out of them. Yeah.
And those Optiplexes are. I paid $32 with delivery on Goodwill. It was $15 plus $12.97 shipping from Madison, Wisconsin, plus a couple bucks tax. I mean, so for $30, I get to use parts that I have laying around. Okay. And I basically get an editing computer out of it for $30. Yeah.
This is good. Arf said, I saw a blue screen that had a flashback.
It has a blue screen of death. An HP Elite about a month ago. Yeah, on my birthday, actually. I was going to go live on my birthday, but that died. And then my router died. Then my my modem died. Then my other router died. Oh, it was a horrible day. So expensive. But like, it cost me $200 today just to be able to go online.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes old tech, not so worth it. Sometimes you just got to get new shit. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where just about everything in my setup is used and repurposed, and I just get a charge out of it doing it and see what I can do with it. And there's sometimes you're like, I feel a little limited.
Yeah, so there's like for say I felt like doing a mic demo. Like I'm going to play the guitar into the amp and set up a bunch of different mics. This would only be able to do 4 mics. That's what I've got. The Alesis, or not the Alesis, the wherever the hell it is, Mackie. I got the 12-track USB.
Mm-hmm.
Got it on one of those Pro Audio Star open box. Yeah, they opened the box and took a picture. That's what they did. When I got it, $349 marked down from $499 on FlexPay with PayPal. Woohoo! It's dangerous. It was literally they had slid it, opened one tab. The other tab was still taped down. It was still taped down. The bag wasn't open or anything. It's sometimes you got to get new and future-proof yourself. Because eventually I'm going to get to the point where, it's going to be, okay, I'm doing a demo on something and I'm going to be calling out to the audience, hey, what mic you guys want to hear? I got the Sennheiser. I've got, I've got the Shure. I've got the EKG or the AKG, this, that, or the other, have 5 or 6 mics, you guys be able to pick and choose. Something like that would be impossible with some of the other mixers that I have. Sometimes you just got to go future proof, but 95% of everything here used because it still works.
I love it. We're just that age demographic in this chat that I was like, yeah, do this and do that. It worked. We're from, I think we're probably from that like last generation of you can fix stuff, right?
Yeah. Because by the time we hit our teenage years, everything was made of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
With shit being made of fixable materials, planned obsolescence wasn't still a thing because it wasn't financially viable enough to make it cheap yet. Plastics hadn't really advanced to the point where by the mid 80s, everything was plastic. Like you get a boom box from 1982, it weighed 40 pounds. You'd be walking around like this. By the JVC and the RCAs, those boom boxes in the late 80s, early 90s weighed 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Like the batteries weighed more than the boom box. It's like you literally could still fix stuff before they made it. No, it's just make them buy a new one. No.
I get generally mad when I get something that you can tell from the get-go just cannot be repaired. Or things that are done to make it so difficult for you to repair, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I look at things, I'm like, oh, so you literally made junk impossible to fix so that they would have to go buy something new. You suck. But that's big business. I mean, I don't endorse it, but I can understand it. That's right. One day I'll be in business.
Max Guitar Rock says, I'm old. I predate the internet.
Yep. First time I saw WWW down at the bottom of a commercial was TV Guide Channel, 1990. It was New Year's Eve. Dick Clark's New Year's Eve rocking whatever. It was way before Ryan Seacrest. It was before the stroke and everything. He was still pretty active. And it was like a 2-minute commercial. They're launching the new TV Guide preview channel. I'm like, WWW, what the hell is it? TVGuide.com. What? Oh, wow. That's TV Guide's got a website. Wow. I was just really surprised. Within a couple months, I saw a few more, and I'm like, oh, this is going to replace everything. And now here we are, thankfully, talking because of these technological advances. Thank you, college guys back in the 70s who wanted to share your data. Appreciate that.
It's just a treat that we get to do this, and that we have all these resources that are at our disposal, and we can use new technology, we use old technology, and just got a great community of folks to share it all with and help us out.
Would anybody just a quick yes or no? If I were to do like a 2 minutes out of a 10-minute video talking about the lens that I used, with some glamour shots, some glitzy glamour, all pretty, blurry bokeh shots and shit, making it all cinematic. Anybody interested in that, or you just prefer straight demo? Just kind of a litmus test here. I've never been able to decide, because I'll go to film something, then I get a couple like super cinematic shots, and I'm like, oh, I want the whole thing to be like that. It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Clark hologram.
Oh yeah, because Guitar Man 45 was saying, I think they still use Dick Clark, and he's now 200, and so, and they're.
I remember American Bandstand.
Mm-hmm.
I usually flick past it, but I remember it. It was never my thing. I'm like, why am I going to watch some song I don't like? Lip syncing anyway. I was 3 and I could tell they were lip syncing.
Let's see. Well, why? My chat's just jumping on me. I'm trying to click on one thing and it comes to another. Let's see. A treat and a curse at the same time. Okay.
Yep. Actually, I have strongly considered and have scripted out a couple things I want to do for a station I want to call Gen X Survivor.
Earl says if you use nude pole dancers as photo subjects, he'd be very interested.
Yeah. I'm going to go down to the Sugar Shack, take some footage for work purposes. This is a work trip.
They'll have no problem with that.
Work money. Yeah.
And BC Rich 581 says he's still using his iPhone camera, so any advice would be appreciated. So
maybe I will. Maybe I'll do an experiment. What the hell? Do you like?
And Marcia Marie says, yeah, the more info, the better.
I just figure in my experience, I see a lot of the camera guys I watch, they all have a guitar hanging on the wall. A lot of guitar dudes are into the camera stuff. Not a lot, but enough. There's enough carryover. So I'm like, maybe I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, it's because we're getting some positive, a bunch of positives on that here. I mean, another one here, Sean Hockey says he wouldn't mind. More input is always welcome.
All right, cool. Ooh, good to know. Just, trying to make something a little different,
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of YouTubers now are using the old gear, the old manual lenses, the old vintage stuff. Secret's out. The vintage stuff looks cooler. It's not sharper. It's not better, but it fucking looks cooler. It just does. The new stuff's good. The old stuff's better. That's just me. It's just just want to put a different look on stuff. That's all. And nothing wrong with using your iPhones because they take good pictures. They take the videos. The end. You don't have to fuck with them. You hit record and they do the thing.
And it kind of goes back to the thing that you've always done. It's, you know, taking that old stuff and just experimenting and seeing what else you can do with it. And it's part of the fun of doing it.
Actually, and speaking of old stuff, this piece of equipment here is from probably a college campus. This is a Crestron media processing, yada, yada, yada. It's basically a, the capture cards that are like $20 on Amazon now.
Yeah.
This is a glorified capture card from probably the early mid 2000s with audio ins and outs, VGA, HDMI ins and outs, and it records to a USB. You can plug an SD card into it and it'll take up to a 256 gig. And it records everything in 10-bit versus 8-bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you HDMI from your camera straight into this thing and hit record on the front of it. This old ass thing records a better image than the camera does because there's no compression. The colors are better. The darks are more vibrant. The colors are more vibrant. It's just, this is $32. If I can capture a better image with unlimited recording, not have to deal with a 30-minute recording time like Canon, with a $32 piece of rack gear.
Yeah.
Old equipment that wasn't meant for this. This wasn't meant to capture a Canon camera. This is, conference room stuff. You're doing a presentation, you want to record it to show later. That's what this was for. Not YouTubers. But that's okay because the application is the same, just a different place. Reuse the old tech. It's still viable.
Let's see, where was okay. Ben said he used to work with Crestron equipment with the military, high-end stuff.
Right on. Dude, I got like $1,000 worth of Crestron stuff in my eBay cart right now. I've got an 8x8 switcher in and out with like picture-in-picture. It's like a 6-rack space thing. It's like $100. Stupid.
I literally cannot believe we're over time already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're about, this has been a really great conversation, and Jason, we're gonna have you back again. As you've worked through some of this stuff.
Thank you so very much for that. How about one of these days, once I get my ass going, I have you on my show?
I would be honored. Sir.
I have made so many claims of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start posting so many times. I almost died a week ago. No more. I'm gonna. I'll see you guys soon. Love y'all. Remember,
all right,
every bad day has a better day on the other side of it, no matter what.
There you go. And I want to just remind everybody, Music Therapy Labs is coming on next. The OU812 crew will be on around 4 p.m. Central Time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. Ben Coombs will be on later, and I cannot remember the guest. Please forgive me, but go on over there and check out Ben Coombs' Sunday Night Hang as well. Jason, thank you so much for being here with us. It has been an absolute great time. Enjoyed myself. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
I just wanted to say thanks, everybody, for showing up. Thanks for the interaction. Sorry I didn't get to most of the references in the chat. Everybody, thank you so much for all the comments and love. Appreciate you. I will see everybody soon. And it's an awesome group to be a part of. Just really glad to have some friends here.
And I agree 100%. Appreciate you all being here. And so go have a great rest of your day. Jason and I are going to hang out for a little bit more, talk to each other. But go on over to Music Therapy Labs. Check him out. He should be getting started anytime now. Cheers, folks.